Hey y'all, so we're back out here at the scene of the crime. I was out here, I think last weekend, flying the Potensic Atom 3-axis and the Holystone HS600D. And it was pretty cloudy, pretty dreary that day. So I thought I'd come out today because, as you can see, we have a lot of sun out here. So let's put both drones back up in the air, capture some video and some photos, and see how they do. Let's compare them up and let's have some fun while we do it. Now today it's about 35 degrees. It's still windy. It's definitely windy. I think gusts up to 28 today. But last time we flew, it was below 20, I know. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was freezing. It's bearable today because the sun is out. But yeah, about 35 degrees here, gusts up to 28, so it is a bit windy. Right now, it's bearable, so I probably won't take the drones up too high in the air, just due to that wind. But make sure you check out that prior video that I did. I also did a full review on each drone as well, so check those out. I'll leave links in the description box. Let's get on into it, y'all. Now there's a lot of wet spots here on the ground because the snow is melting, and so I can't really find a good spot to launch and land, frankly. So I have my landing pad. So here's my landing pad. I recommend that you have one of these or something to launch from. It can be a plastic top of a storage bin or something like that, but this one's really nice because it folds up. It has magnets on it, so it folds up into a kind of a tiny square, and it's just, you know, convenient to have in your fly bag and pull out in conditions where maybe there's sand, maybe you're at the beach or something, or dirt, or you're not on a flat surface. Maybe you're launching from grass and stuff. Just different sort of applications it has. So just wanted to share that. All right, we're gonna start with the Potensic Atom here, but what you're gonna see is about a minute of alternating footage from each drone. I did the same thing with photos, and then I also got you some side-by-side comparisons. I took a look at the footage as I was editing, and I like what I see from both the Atom and the HS600D. The Atom has a wider field of view, and you'll be able to see that in the side-by-side shots when we get to that. But straight out of camera, I think this is a really nice image. Now, as I mentioned in the opening, it was quite windy on this day, and both drones did fine, but they were definitely fighting that wind. I tried to stay at about 100 feet or so and didn't want to fly out too far, but yeah, man, these budget drones are getting better and better. The Atom weighs 245 grams and handled that wind like a champ. You will see some horizon tilt from both drones when yawing to the left or right, but you can kind of manage that with slower stick movements. Okay, now we're putting the Holystone up, and again, the image looks really good. It is a tighter shot, and I think I prefer that. But like I said, we're gonna compare the images side by side, and there are some differences between the two cameras, but not much. I'll point out some of the things that I noticed though. I am curious to hear what you think as well, so put that down in the comment section. But the HS600D is a stable drone, just like the Atom. I do think it struggles with keeping the horizon level a little more than the Atom does. Again, let me know in the comments what you think about the footage. Which one looks better to you? This one handled the wind pretty well, but strangely enough, it seemed to get blown around more than the Atom. In this direction, the wind was blowing left to right, and if you look closely, you can see the drone sliding right at some points. The resolution and sharpness are good, the colors look accurate, and it's nicely stabilized. Not too much to complain about. Holystone has come a long way. One thing I can point out right now is that the Atom seems to have more contrast, which I really like. With that said, in high contrast conditions like snow on the ground and an overcast sky, or in lower light, That deeper contrast can crush out the shadows and just cause a lot of detail to be lost. Like this. This is facing right at the sun, so you can see what the auto exposure is doing. And by the way, both drones are filming with auto settings. If you take a step back and just think about how remarkable it is that something this small and lightweight can be as stable as it is in the air and produce footage this stable. Not bad, y'all. You will see some horizon tilt here, just slightly tilted to the left, but look how good that footage looks. Pretty, 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 pretty good. I tried to duplicate the shots as best I could, but I didn't get any low altitude flying with the Atom. But the HS600D is flying at about 10 feet here. And then I take it on up. Notice the wash from the props being picked up in the image. By the way, the HS600D does have remote ID built in. The Atom does not. But based on my understanding from reading the FAA rules, remote ID is not required on sub 250 gram drones being flown recreationally. If flying for commercial purposes, remote ID is still required regardless of the weight. I did a video explaining remote ID, including my sources, so if you're interested, check the description box for a link to that. Alright, this is the last of the video clips before we check out the photos. The Holystone actually went into low voltage return to home here, but notice how bad the horizon gets when you turn the drone really quickly. And you can see more of those sort of flutters in the image from the vibrations from the props. You may be able to remedy that by balancing the props. Not something I'm into doing. But back in the day, that was always something you could do to try to remedy jello and things like that. That really does just mess up the shot, doesn't it? Okay, let's take a look at the photos now. I definitely prefer the photos from the Atom. I'm not sure if there's a way to change the aspect ratio of the photos on the HS600D. If you know of a way, share with the rest of us in the comments. But both look pretty good. But the Atom photos just look more true to life to me. What do you think? All right, now we have the video footage from both drones side by side. Other than field of view, the other thing I'm noticing is how differently each drone handles auto white balance. I like what I'm seeing from both, but I give the Atom the edge. I just prefer that image better. I do like the tighter framing from the HS600D though. Now, I'm not allowed to divulge very much, but what I can say is that one of these drone companies is going to be releasing something new really soon. Care to guess? If so, let me know in the comments what you think it might be and what you would like it to be. Photos are a toss-up for the most part, in my opinion, but remember the HS600D shoots at a 3:2 ratio, at least it looks like 3:2, and then the Atom shoots at that wider 16:9. I think it comes down to personal preference here. Same thing with the video footage for that matter. Man, I hope you found some value in this video. If so, hit the like button, share it with someone you think might find it useful, and subscribe to the Gadget Inspector channel if you like the vibe over here. And as always, be good to somebody, be good to yourself. Later, y'all.